Welcome to the Nyancast. I'm Jim.
I'm Sam.
And Sam.
You sound so proper, but I forget that you kind of break into the improper.
Sam, I have a question for you.
What?
What if they made Konosuba but bad? Today we watched...
I'm going to say, why you make me watch this shit?
No. You ruined my little joke I was on.
I thought you were going to hate me for suggesting this and watching 2 episodes of this.
Well, I don't hate you.
It's my suggestion.
What did we watch? We should start talking about what we watched.
How to not summon a demon lord.
How not to summon a demon lord. You have to say it. You have to say it like in that.
Clearly,
really...
a light novel.
Yes.
So
terrible. One of the worst things I've seen in a while.
It was interesting.
Don't say that, Sam. Don't come to me.
Don't come to me. There's a giant question mark there.
And pretend like this isn't the worst.
I'd rather watch Killing Bites.
Killing
Bites at least has something interesting to it. At least in every episode, I knew what Killing Bites was.
Did you? What is Killing Bites again?
Killing Bites. Killing Bites is that tournament.
It's not Junitai-san.
No, Junitai-san's they're just like, it's a Zodiac.
Killing Bites was the Honey Badger girl.
Yes.
Okay, so we've reached a point. We've reached a point for me where I watched so much garbage seasonal anime that it literally is starting to run together. So bear with me, audience. Bear with me, dear viewer, if I forget what fucking Killing Bites is.
How dare you? They tell you what Killing Bites is in every episode.
I still don't know what Killing Bites is. I know what the show is. What was Killing Bites? It was the tournament. Okay.
Yeah, the tournament. Yeah. The tournament arc.
All right. So today we're not talking about this. Today we're talking about how not, all caps, to summon a demon lord.
Typical light novel setup. But so you asked me when you started to guess what year. I said 2016. What was your guess what year this came out?
I didn't guess, but I'm looking right now.
If you had a guess before.
I'm going to guess 2014 because I'm looking at the year release.
Yeah, 2014. Still ongoing.
Oh, thank God, because I really...
9 volumes and still going from 2014.
All right, well, I wanted to actually... This is a good segue.
Yeah. So we watched the first 2 episodes of this.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good.
We could not go to a third one, even if it was there.
Yeah, the second episode came out like last week. The third one's not out yet. You know your boy wouldn't even watch the third episode because I hated it so much.
I don't know, after that last scene in the second episode. So the first episode we watched on Crunchyroll, and then the second episode we watched the uncensored version.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's the important. I was wondering where you're gonna go with this. Yeah. So yeah, the second I didn't even know there was an uncensored version.
Apparently there was like the sparkles with the censoring.
Yeah, you say that and I don't really remember, like, I wonder if they excluded any scenes.
I looked at some before and after, like, the whole, like, grabbing scene, like, the actual, like, very zoomed-in grab scene in the second episode was completely, like, removed.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say. Which is really strange to me that they would...
Even show it on Crunchyroll?
No, that they would censor it. I know this is... I'm not sure if it's Crunchyroll, but there's been a lot of complaints by people in the past of... anime or localizing companies when they bring something over, mostly with mobile games, they'll change it or they'll tone down the nudity and stuff to appeal to like the English market, and then the fucking
to actually give it a rating of like
to give it a proper rating.
I'm not like adult.
But then the true trash lord weebs who are the cultural elitists out there, they're like, how dare you water down my fucking visual novel? They're not even visual novels, they're like these mobile games.
You know, Steam has like a bunch of those, like, you know, like Nekopara and like all those visual novels where they're censored, but you can go on like the website of the company and download a mod that had the uncensored version on it. Mm-hmm. So you can get that version as well, but you just have to
you have to jump through a hoop.
Yeah.
Well, that's even...
You have to censor it so you can get it sold, so you can make money.
But Steam has even come under fire lately of people who are trying to get the light novels taken off just because they consider the...
Visual novels.
So shit, yeah. They're take the visual novels off just because they don't agree with the whatever, blah, blah, they think it's too sexual.
It was more so towards Hunipop that the issue started, but that wasn't... It's not...
Hunipop?
Hunipop?
Honey Pop.
Honey Pop? I thought it's Hunipop.
It's honey.
Is it honey?
Like, honey, hey honey.
I didn't think it was spelled like that. I thought it was spelled like...
Well, it's fucking Japan. They don't want to spell English words.
But yeah, but that's more like... It was like... But that was game for like... I think it was like a Bejeweled kind of game, but like...
It literally
is. To get more enclosed, I guess, the more you go with it. I never played any of them. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I just want to tell you, on Steam it has a 10 out of 10 rating.
Of course it does, because the people who are buying them are the people who are buying them, so...
Yeah, but no,
It's for that niche market who buys like those Sengen, those
Danganronpa.
Not Danganronpa. That's the Sengen Kagiri, whoever the ninja, like the girls who are just like. This is a genre of games where like, they're all like there's a cooking one, like a rhythm game version, it's like a water.
What is it, like
gun
a porn game?
No, it's just a freaking like game, like a beat 'em up game. It's just like imagine Hyper Neptunia, but they're all just ninja girls, and their clothes progressively get more and more ripped.
So it is a porn delivery system.
A more chibi version of Dead or Alive without like the fighting game mechanic behind it.
Yeah.
So we watched this How to
Train Your Dragon.
I wish.
How not to Train Your Dragon.
I wish I watched How to Train Your Dragon instead.
Yeah, we just went on a really long kind of tangent, but let me just tell you, like, this show is so terrible and boring, and I hate it.
So, if you had to describe the story...
Alright.
And it's an isekai, so you may have to take your time, because I know it's a very hard genre to...
So basically, this is unlike anything you've ever seen before.
Uh-huh.
So basically, Kirito... Kirito's really good at playing...
Does he even say his actual name? He does... He says like...
No, he doesn't. I have a really bad issue with when I'm watching more than one anime at once. I tend to mix things up.
Takuma Sakamoto.
Sure.
According to Wikipedia.
I'm having a problem because I just watched some of Diaries of an MMO Junkie last night.
Uh-huh.
So that's also a show about a game, and I'm kind of mixing my facts up a bit. So call me out if I'm fucking up. But so main character Kun. Diavolo.
His character name, we'll just call him Diablo. It's a lot easier.
Diablo, yeah. So he is a NEET.
Yeah, no, of course.
I assume he's a NEET.
He said he's a shut-in.
Yeah, he's a shut. Yeah, okay. So I guess he's more hikikomori. He is a fucking nerd. He's a useless man who has become so good at the video game he plays, which he says is the most popular game in the world.
So you're saying this isekai is the best there is at the game?
That's really funny that you're bringing that up, because it's like, I know WoW was big for a while, but the biggest game in the world.
Yeah.
People don't play MMOs like that. Like, they're not the biggest games in the world.
One of the things we're talking about, how, like... So, if we're talking about, like, MMO, like, a worldwide MMO, but, like, they become... a game where, like, you know, PvP is such a thing where you become, like... It becomes so powerful that you become, like, essentially a boss.
He has a boss room.
Yeah, he has a throne. It's kind of like... It's like Overlord, where he's, like... He has a giant mansion because his clan becomes so big, and, like, he had all these NPCs and everything. But this one, he's like a boss. He's just like so powerful.
But he is just a human. So this is...
But yeah, he just played the game. And then... But like, imagine it's PvP world. But then like, it's so... You think in reality it'd be pay to win like crazy. Like there's no like skill where you have to grind or any real thing. Like, MMO games. Like you could just put the money just to like get to that level.
Well, it's been a while since I've played an MMO. I'm gonna flex. I'm gonna flex my muscles for a second. I actually played vanilla WoW.
I know
that is how
I think I played that once.
I almost reached max level. I was like...
I used to play a lot of RuneScape.
That's an MMO.
Yes, it is.
It's a trash MMO.
Fuck you. RuneScape's great.
I always look down harshly upon RuneScape because I played the real version. I played WoW.
I'm not sure recently there was a really funny like ice glitch that kind of happened where like everyone was gifted like an absurd amount of money just on the ground like below every character, and like they had to roll back to servers like 5 minutes, and people who did like really rare stuff or got really rare drops in that time frame had to get it taken back because of like
that's kind of funny.
It sucks.
Well, that's what they get for playing RuneScape in
old school RuneScape. Shut up, Jim. People love old school RuneScape.
Well, yeah. People also loved Hitler, and look where that got Germany.
Jim, do not compare RuneScape to Hitler. Fuck you.
I mean, people love shit all the time. Like, Nickelback's a huge band. Like, it's okay. You just admit that you love shit.
But yeah.
Alright, well, I used to play... Back to my point. I used to play WoW.
Yeah.
And... So maybe my frame of reference for what an MMO is a little dated because it literally was over a decade ago.
We played that Phantasy Star Universe demo a lot.
That barely counts. It's a fucking... Whatever.
That was experience.
But so, yeah, from my understanding, you don't become so good at a game you become a boss. That just doesn't work. You don't get your own, like, boss room. You don't get a... Okay, so we see him equip a ring. And the ring's, like, description says that it reflects all magical damage.
Yeah, that was like because he had all the items he had equipped. Yeah, and
that is a fucking nightmare for game balance. Like to have one item that completely negates magic.
Yeah, like mage is completely useless for the most part. And then but like, yeah, even like his enemies had to be broken, just like 100% and like reflect. It's just like
100%.
where is the challenge?
By the way, we're 1 minute into the show.
Yeah,
we haven't talked about like anything.
We got caught up on that for like a little bit in the early show.
I think it really serves as a good point. Like, this is the base level that we're dealing with. This kind of like misunderstanding of what an MMO is. It just doesn't really feel like an MMO. Like,
it doesn't.
I don't know. There's such a weirdly like romanticized idea of MMOs in Japan, especially in like the anime.
Like, I watched shows that like they weren't isekai, but it was kind of like a video game kind of world, more so, like a fantasy world. But that felt more like a video game than this show did. Where like the only thing like in this world, like they have like we rate power levels by levels, like actual levels. I'm like, eh. And I'm just like, what's like? It doesn't feel like a video game. There's no like. Even like Sword Art had like the had the
I was
health
just
bars.
thinking of Sword Art. I was thinking Sword Art does this better.
Has the health bar, like the menus come in and everything. It's actually like, okay, that's probably what a VR game would have.
And like, so Sword Art's not very good. And
but
like
it's the basis for like.
And it is set in a video game, but it knows what it's doing.
It's the center isekai you kind of have to measure because it's like the first big one.
It kind of was. It wasn't. I mean, like you could say Dot Hack. Dot Hack was literally
Dot Hack also like a video game franchise as well.
Yeah, but it was like primarily anime. But like you can you look at these and you're like, okay, at least as terrible as they are, at least they have clearly defined like what the thing is. In this game, so he plays this broken game, this broken character who's apparently max level, he's better than anyone, and then he's epically poning some noobs. Then he wakes up.
No. He really gets smooched and then he wakes up.
Okay, I actually don't even remember the fucking like timeline of it. So yeah, he gets smooched, and then he's in the body of his character Diablo, who's this epic meme lord.
He reminds me of like I think it was like Robin from the Fire Emblem Awakening, like the default like Smash Bros. One with just like horns on him.
He kind of did look like that actually.
Yeah,
but so okay, he is on top of a tower with two beautiful babes. There is.
Are they?
Well, no. But the anime wants you. They want you to say... This is
the
anime saying, pick one.
So one...
We got you, fam.
We remember the name... Everyone kind of remembers her name because she actually shares the name of, like...
I remember both their names.
One of the biggest girls.
I remember both their names. Rem? Okay, there is a cat... Okay, well, yeah, we didn't explain. Welcome to the Nyancast. We talk about cat girl shows sometimes. We talk about shows
and seasonal shows. And this happens to have both.
Yeah, the show is technically a seasonal show. And also cat girl. So yeah, the reason we're talking about this, which I should have mentioned,
but she has something
10 minutes ago, is
you can just edit in post.
No, I will not. She is one of the girls that summons him is a cat girl who has an extremely thick tail. We kept noticing.
Yeah, the thickest cat girl tail we've probably ever seen.
I speculate that because her proportions are so small, they probably didn't realize that they shouldn't. Like they probably would draw it too long, and then they're like, okay, it needs to be fatter, and then it looks awkward. It doesn't look right.
Also, like a really awkward like costume for someone who's like really that flat.
Yeah, well, that's the whole like DFC fetish.
But, like they had a lot of weird costumes in this show for like really flat characters.
All right, so
but
two characters who are opposite in every way.
But wait, the other character, the other character that she looked the exact same, but they just like added on like a fucking cheetah print pattern on them. That was really funny. It looked really weird.
It's funny to me how that does not work at all.
It looked really off.
Whenever they do that in anime, whenever they try and make a cat girl a cheetah girl, it never works. It looks very bad and tacky. It looks like they're wearing a costume.
Was the kimono friend girl supposed to be a cheetah?
No, she's a serval cat.
Okay, I don't know.
Serval cats are like they're like dog-sized cats, like mid-sized dogs. But no, they're cute. Servals are adorable looking, and she's pretty cute too. I mean, let's be real. Serval-chan, or whatever her name is. Serval.
But yeah, so that was...
Okay, so yeah, back to the business. So he gets summoned by these two girls. One of them is named Rem. She's a cat girl.
Yeah.
The other one is a huge dunce.
Yeah, the big titty elf.
She's big boobs. She's an elf. She's blonde hair, blue-eyed. Her name is Shara L. Greenwood, if I recall correctly. I'm not looking it up.
I can look it up.
So basically they're like...
You're correct.
Haha, we've summoned the Demon Lord. We're going to become super strong and win all the quests. Even though, later on it's confirmed that the elf girl does not have a quest, or she does not have a level
yet.
Because she's not an adventurer.
She didn't register to become an adventurer, because, that's the typical thing that happens in Isekai.
So why? What is she doing here? Why is she doing this?
I don't know, man.
Why were they both trying to summon the same guy at the same time?
I don't know why they're point of summoning, but like, but you get a little bit of thing with the Rem later on, but like,
And then the second episode is like
but also like his magic ring reflected the summoning like summon spell, so instead of them like being in charge of him, it reflects to them, so he's in charge of them now.
Oh, I guess that's the logic there. Yeah, so they end up... What happens, their bodies start to move on their own and they start glowing, and then they shake each other's hands. And then, of course, because it's fetish, you'll... two huge, like, collars, two metal collars appear on their necks. And now he's like, haha, actually, you're my slave.
Well, he kind of says, like, oh, I guess I didn't mean that to happen. It just kind of happened because of my ring.
So...
Cause he has to put on the persona of, like, being him.
Yeah, here's the biggest humor. Here's what makes me laugh. I'm rolling on the floor. I'm gasping for air every time he inside his inner monologue, who's still the character, the teenager voice that he is. It's always like, oh my god, what do I do? These girls are so hot. What am I supposed to do? Am I blah blah blah? It's like I'm scared by the situation, but then he's like, I'm gonna RP my character, and then he's like, oh, actually, I am a fucking demon lord, and I really just hate this show, guys. I cannot stress the fact that it makes me mad.
They go get a hotel room. Don't forget that.
So okay, this is what just baffles me, and like it is just a anime because it's not real. So he gets summoned by these girls, then he counter enslaves them. Then they're just like, all right, it's a fantasy story. Let's go into a town because they just have to.
Let's go to the Konosuba town.
Yeah, literally, it looked like the Konosuba town. But so it really just feels like it feels like this is a story narrated by a lazy DM, where he's just like, yeah, I guess you could just go into town now and get a quest at the quest store, because there's no like I don't understand the motivations for any characters. I don't know why they're all like just doing things because they never explain them until kind of later. But they
what's called they go to the hotel. They go to the tavern. They meet like this weird, like all like purple lady with like a Baudelaire.
Her name is like Clara.
Celestine.
Yeah, but she's like, call me Stella, and I was like, that's not.
Name. Who cares? Yeah. And then she goes away, and I guess she'll come back later. But who gives a fuck?
Yeah, the show attempts to make her so interesting by giving her this very like. Gaudy character design.
She's also like talking to like the cat girl, and the cat girl has obviously hiding something, and he's like, "Oh, she's obviously has something very important to the story of this world, so I better get it out of her now, so we can get this over with." And
which that was kind of there's certain things that I'm like, this is kind of funny that they were going this way.
When you take advantage of their knowledge, like from the game, like okay, that's interesting, but they don't do that much for him being at such a high level.
And let's be real, that is the gimmick to every one of these isekai shows.
Yeah.
It is, it is like the ultimate power fantasy where it's like, all right, viewer, you've spent hundreds of hours playing Japanese RPGs. You know exactly how to get the upper hand in every situation. But where this show fails is where that's, I guess, an interesting idea. This show also just makes him very overpowered.
Yeah.
So he is already max level. He has apparently tons of spells and items, like, that he doesn't even. He doesn't seem to be aware of.
Access to the item. I think he just has the spells, but like
he had the ring.
The ring. He had that equipped though.
But still, yeah, he like had forgotten about it.
But yeah, he also pissed off a guy from one of the guilds. Like he looked like the guy from ReZero, the main character.
Yeah, because I think he was like with the gaudy character design lady, and and she was like.
He called him a pleb.
Yeah, he called him a plebeian. And his whole thing was like, yeah, we don't like demi-humans. We're racist.
Yeah.
And then he got drunk and with his pals.
Oh, we're not there yet.
We need
to finish a tavern scene before we get to that.
What tavern? There's like 4.
No, the first tavern scene, we're like, okay, you get a story out of her. So I was like, oh, she's not going to tell me what her backstory is. So I'm going to go torture her in the room.
Okay, yeah, so
this is like
this is where I lost hope in like all of humanity. So I think at this point we're at one sexual assault that the main character's done. The main character is like constantly sexually assaulting these girls. I just want to like to bring that to the forefront.
He ear rapes her.
Okay, yes. So
he literally ear rapes her.
In totally like a NPC fashion, the one girl, the cat girl, Rem, is like super like, I have a tragic backstory. I don't want to talk about it. And then he's like, what would my character do? And then he starts like, I'll torture the information out of her because
I did like the one thing where she's like, I'm gonna the elk like, I'm just gonna sit here and eat, and like it just like ignore, like just tries to ignore everything. I think okay, that's kind of funny. There's like there's usually one kind of funny moment in like these two episodes.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like we kept saying like, yeah, this is something Konosuba has done funnier, or like,
or could do. Yeah, it could be done a lot funnier.
If the ball was in their court, it would be a lot funnier.
But yeah, so he just like feels their ear and like tickles their ear, like, rubs the ear, blows in the ear, and he does like everything.
Well, okay, so yeah, he's doing these things, and if you've ever seen an anime, you know exactly how she's responding. Pretty much like just moaning, and like she makes.
There's that one part where like her nipple is like sticking out of her shirt, or like pointing it through her shirt.
Oh yeah, you mentioned this earlier. So the cat girl she's very flat. But her costume design, it really just looks like she has two napkins.
Yeah.
She has no, like, midriff, or nothing over her stomach, and it's just two napkins over her boobs.
Pretty much.
And, yeah, and...
It's not even the only character with, like, napkins over there. There's, like, characters with very boob sizes that have, like, napkins covering it.
And, like, I get it. Like, there's tons of dudes with, like, the DFC. They're super into, like, delicious flat chests.
We've learned over, like, these, like, very, very shows that we've watched of, like, Japan's infatuation with boobs, so...
Yeah, Japanese are really into boobs. And this show is, like, constantly zooming in. The elf girl has, like, a boob window that goes down, like, all the way.
Because there were parts where we were like, wow, we could totally, like, a pay shot could be lingering here for, like, for a long time, but they're not taking advantage of it. There's, like, 1 second of, like, they're really tame for, like, a hair, like, this etchy kind of shit.
The few scenes when they're not showing their characters in evocative ways, you are legitimately shocked, because you're like, wow, they could have switched the camera a little bit and gotten the shot that they definitely want.
But yeah, so yeah, you get the information out of her. She has like some kind of the final boss like soul in her. So if she dies, it's like the demon will be released, and then they have to fight it.
Yeah,
something like that. And then he's like, you're just they wouldn't stay. He's like, I'm gonna stay with you until we get this over with. He's like, no one ever said that. You're great. And her eyes like water, cry, blah blah blah. Like, that kind of do it for her kind of picture.
This was the moment when I gave up hope that anime would ever be good again, because if you really break down what happens in this scene, so she's like, I have a backstory, I have a tragic past I don't want to talk about. He's like, I'm going to torture you to get the information out. He tortures her, and then bites her ear, and at that point she's like, so he's you could say that he's raping her in this scene. It's
ear rape, Jim.
It is not a far thing to say. He's definitely sexually assaulting her. It's creepy and gross. And then her reaction to this is, I'm being accepted. Oh my god, thank you for accepting me. This monster. The show is terrible.
They get attacked by a ReZero main character afterward, and just kind of like beats up his summon and makes him
shitty fight.
Like a shit, yeah. Because the match is kind of boring as well.
Yeah.
And then, second episode, they go to the Adventure Club. They meet, like... So this is, I guess, the guild master, but she was, like... We thought she was a donkey because her ears looked like donkey ears.
She had donkey ears, for sure. Also, she has a bit of, like, a... She looked very young, and she had a very revealing costume. It was really gross.
It looked like something you would see, like a sexualized like Greek, like a toga kind of thing, but, like, a lot thinner. Where you... And you're like, she, like, looks really... She had, like, the... Shit, but yeah, she's, like, supposed to be a bike. She had, like, a really, like, rough, fluffy, round tail.
She had a little
but her ears are, like, donkey ears. They're, like, it looks like a fucking donkey.
It was weird. I know there are definitely different kinds of bunny ears, but it really looked like a donkey. And I would have been like, you know what? Props to you for making a donkey girl in your shitty isekai show.
Aren't donkeys the only male?
No, what are you talking about?
Donkeys can't breed.
Mules can't breed.
Okay, I got it.
Donkeys can definitely breed.
I gotta get them mixed up.
And just because they can't breed doesn't mean there aren't females. They're just not fertile.
I forget the difference between them, man.
That would be... It's like a... I love the idea of that, though, that there's an animal species that's only one gender.
Probably some light novel
like
about
Sorry.
that. Sorry, pretty much.
Hilarious.
SARS are too good, though, for that. But yeah, second episode, they go to guild. She gets her, like, Avenger level, like, 30 or something.
The boob elf.
Boob elf is, like, level 30. She's an archer. Because the elves have to be archers. They have a quest. They hunt a snake.
They said she's an archer? Oh my god, I totally...
Well, she didn't say she's an archer, but when she goes to Avenger, she has a bow and arrow.
Okay, I totally just didn't even like notice that. I was so done with the show.
That's why I'm here.
Thank you.
Yeah, so yeah, they go hunt a snake or something. Oh, wait, should we talk about the part where he wakes up in bed with them and like this cup in a grip?
The first scene of the episode is him sexually assaulting the two main characters, the two main girls. Yeah, so he wakes up and he keeps doing this thing, which is actually super creepy, where he says, "My hand is moving on its own," which we know that it is definitely not. He's controlling his hand. And yeah, so he wakes up and he's got a handful of each of their breasts while they're sleeping. And rather than immediately stop doing it, like a normal, sensible human being who's already committed a heinous act, he doubles down and starts like squeezing and like gripping and like until they wake up and they do the classic like. And then I was saying to Sam, I was like, if this show was funnier, they would have had one of the girls actually be super into it and then make him feel like a creep for.
And then I'm like, that's just kind of super though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that happens. They go on an adventure to hunt a snake. They run into like a.
It's like an elf archer squad who just so happened to be related to the same tribe, the Greenwoods or whatever.
Something,
the elf girl is.
Like, oh, you coming back with that? She's like, I'm not going back. I go, when you go back, then Diablo comes in and like
does an epic magic blast.
He just fucks them all up and like. He's just so he does this one thing where like he turns the whole like forest to like a snow like ice barren.
Yeah.
And then like they're not the elves aren't frozen. They're just like sitting on the ground like
they're on the ground.
It's cold. We can't do anything, guys.
It is like a Saturday morning cartoons version of like we beat the bad guys.
Yeah.
Like Cobra Commander like fell down.
And then the fucking ReZero guy comes out and says like. Oh, like, hey, I didn't hire you to sit there. Like, you're supposed to beat him. Like, why would you first off, why would you follow the mercenary squad you hired to make sure they get the job done? Or, like, second, why would you come out and actively talk about you hiring them to come out?
It made me so... It really felt like a Saturday morning cartoon where it's like you have the bad guy and he's like, well, I don't pay you guys to sit around. Like, it was so dumb and I didn't care about it. And then... what's his name?
What?
Diablo.
No.
Diablo walks over.
Dude.
Diablo. Main character Coon walks over to him and is like, "Don't you fuck with me again, I'll fucking kill you." And then I think he ran away. I don't really remember. And then there's like, "Yay, let's go home." Even though they didn't complete their quest. Even though they went out, they walked for 5 hours.
They didn't find a snake. They didn't get a snake. They just kind of left.
For all we know, he froze the snake under like the 10 tons of ice that he created.
I don't know, man. That's weird. We were kind of like wondering what happened.
Yeah, I think didn't it just end abruptly after that?
No.
What happened.
He goes to the hotel room because I guess the cat girl went out and are waiting for
him. Oh, fuck, I forgot about this.
This is the scene that, like, Crunchyroll apparently just cut out, but, like, he's alone with the girl. He's like, oh, you picked Rem over me, and, like, kind of thing. He's like, I didn't pick anyone over anyone. What are you talking about? And then she, like, you like boobs, don't you? She's like, you like boobs, don't you? And then, like, yeah.
She says that after she jumps on him, and he, with both hands, is, like, gripping and ripping her chest. And then, yeah, she's like, oh, you like opie, and he's like, ugh. And then he ends up like...
So the most like insane thing I've never thought I would see in an actual like anime airing.
Listen, I kept calling this porn up until this point, and then I was like, oh, it is just porn.
This is like the softcore anime porn.
This would be on like
where it's
like
censored.
A Showtime. You know how they have like the Showtime After Dark, whatever it's called? It's like...
I never had Showtime.
What are they... No, Skinamax. It's like Cinemax. Have you heard of
Skinamax?
Have you heard of Skinamax? That's like a thing.
I do.
Like Cinemax would show
I didn't have those extra channels. I think HBO maybe the only thing I've had, but that was it.
It's not TV.
Not TV. But yeah.
It's HBO.
So yeah, so one part he's like you like staring at like a nipple like piercing, like you can pinch it and like this was first of all the first like consensual boob grabbing I've seen in anime.
Okay, yeah, Sam brings up a good point. This is the only consensual act in the entire show.
So far we know.
In a show filled with slavery.
So enslaving and
sexual abuse.
And sexual assault with very little repercussions because the guy's so overpowered that you can't really say no or do anything to him.
He would literally be unstoppable. Like the entire nation could charge against him and he would probably be able to beat them with an epic blow spell.
But yeah, he pinned the nipple in like full detail too. And that like cuts away. He literally showed like pinching it. Like the most detailed animation in the entire show is that. It's interesting, like it's so it's so shocking that actually happened, and like
it really is. It really is. And then she screams too. And then
and then the cat girl comes up with evil aura, and then
which is another thing too, where it's like I hate every show does this. They need to they force a love triangle, even when it like doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So like, so the cat girl like likes him now?
I mean, he probably had a better moment with the cat girl, if anything, because he actually like got her like backstory, but the way he did it wasn't very good. Where
like
the other one was like him defending her as like an adventurer, and that was really it.
That was definitely a lot more wholesome than him like sexually torturing her, and then her developing the quickest example of Stockholm syndrome ever, the quickest case.
Maybe it's part of the spell that got reversed.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny.
This spell can't possibly give me the Stockholm syndrome. And my new visual novel or light novel.
Yeah, basically,
do not steal.
I hate this show a lot. I will never watch more of it. Nothing you say or do will ever make me touch this show again.
I don't know, Jim. It's somehow this video got like, or let's say got like 1,000 listens.
If it I would maybe consider it.
Never gonna happen.
It wouldn't. That is like the only chance I would be like, all right, maybe I will just for the memes. But it just really like seeing this and thinking like, how many years past ReZero are we? How many years past?
Well, apparently not that far, because the main character, I guess, or maybe it's a little bit far, so people forgot what the main character looked like, because that one character was literally the main character, like, without the hair,
we keep
face.
saying ReZero guy. The one character looks like Subaru. He looks almost identical to Subaru.
I forgot he's named after a car.
Yeah, Subaru is the main character of Kirito. Kirito.
Kirito.
Of, what is this show called?
ReZero. I said ReZero about 20,000 times. You forget, like, what's his name?
It's not a very memorable show.
But yeah. Well, it's because we have Rem and him are in this show, but...
So I found the show very offensive in almost any way possible. And the directing was so bad. The music was like terrible to non-existent.
We talked about the one giggle bit in the second episode where they have to like do a blood contract, and he like slices his finger, like it's blood spurts out on one of the huge dog girls, like this blood squirts on them, but when they saw an image of it, it looked really like added all like by Photoshop.
The reaction of him so everything was not funny except the scene when he cut his finger, and at first it kind of like splurts out really quick, and then of course it's gushing, which that wasn't really funny, but the reaction of her face smiling and then like the blood like smacking it, like it was like 4 drops, was kind of funny. I can't lie.
Yeah,
I laughed at I did laugh at that.
It's just like one gig like chuckle, like I think in like the first 2 episodes each. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah,
cat girls.
Out of all the harems that we've watched, like how does it rank on yours?
I don't even want to compare it to harems because I hate it, and I want to put it in a hate box.
Or ecchi shows that we watched. So.
It was just like so bad. The only thing that it gets points for is how brazen it is at sexual content. Brazzers. It is really blunt, and it will just flaunt how much it just wants to show you like porn and like
if you
want sex.
If you really want to watch this, you can watch the uncensored version. Probably be the better thing to get the full like other actually doing this kind of thing. But like, unless you want to see sparkles or like see what's the nipple grab is like insanity. Like it is.
I think a lot of the enjoyment we got out of it was like, they're not going there.
Yeah.
Because in your head, you know the limitations of anime.
We watched enough shitty like harems, ecchi shows to like know, okay, it won't go this
far. The line is so like clearly drawn, and you know what is going to go, what will come close but never go over, and then it jumped over the line in a way that I was not expecting.
Yeah.
So that made it really, it was a fascinating experience.
So I'm guessing it's a no for recommendation from you?
I would never recommend this. I wouldn't recommend this to my worst enemy.
I can only recommend this if you're a fan of
garbage,
of nipple grabbing, but that's it. Animated nipple grabbing, but that's it. Yeah.
Even if you are, you don't suffer through like the 40 minutes that it would take to get there. Just look up a picture if you need to.
A GIF.
Yeah, just find a GIF. Oh yeah, I just don't watch this show. It's bad and I hate it. I'm trying to think. Was there anything else I want to talk about?
Every little thing that the little thing that bothers us, we talked about it over the episodes. So.
The problem with this is like the further it would go, the more egregious things would happen, and I would forget about the previously less egregious things. Like, I was really riled up when they first summoned him.
Yeah.
That changed when we saw the ear kiss, the ear bite scene. And then I literally forgot, like, everything that happened at that point in my life and said, this is a crime and I need to stop. Anime needs to be stopped.
Thanks, summer 2018 anime season.
Oh, I didn't look up who did this. I wanted to...
Oh, the animation studio?
Yes. Do you have it pulled up?
I think I closed down the Wikipedia page. I didn't want to...
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I think they closed the studio down.
I think they closed the studio down. I wish. Let me see. I'm right here. Life Studio. Ajiadu Animation Works.
I've never heard of them before.
Let me see.
Are Productions. They like Chinese?
I don't know. I've never heard a lot. Any of their shit, it looks like.
Let me see.
They did one of the Fifth of North Stars things. They did DD Fifth of North Stars.
What have they done recently?
The Last Witch, Izetta, The Last Witch, and then it was Fifth of North. They space out their stuff. It's Tiny Toon Adventures, Tokyo. They did a thing in the Tiny Toon Adventures show.
That's very interesting.
I
wonder if there was like a subcontract studio. Wow, this is weird.
They did like weird animation parts. Transformers: The Animated Cartoon Network series from 2007. They did opening credits, or they do the Japanese openings of these shows.
Oh my god, I need to look into that. That's fascinating.
Hamtaro. Apparently they did Hamtaro, I think.
Beautiful listener. Beautiful boys at home. Boys and girls listening at home. I don't know if you're aware, but in Japan, it's kind of a trend for them to, when they import Western shows over, mostly cartoons, they will commission anime studios to make an entirely new OP. And sometimes the results are legendary.
Yeah, because it's Japanese exclusive opening credits and eye catches only of Transformers Animated, the Cartoon Network series.
Yo, I need to check that out. That's not. I didn't like Transformers Animated, but that sounds fascinating.
The 2000 Hamtaro said, there's so many words on here, I'm not exactly sure.
Let me see.
It says Hamtaro, it's entertainment, music and digital entertainment, TV series. I'm not sure. Like,
I wonder if that just means like PR stuff. Maybe they just did a lot. Because like Hamtaro is a huge...
Like Animaniacs said they did season 1 bumpers and some season 1 shorts, so they guess they did animated some shorts
really
from that.
So they seem like they were probably maybe a smaller studio that did sort of like, what's the word, like freelance work?
Yeah, they had
it didn't seem like they got like any big like...
A lot of OVAs, but I'm not familiar with any of these, so...
I don't know if you can even really call that freelance work. What are they? Can I see?
Yeah, go ahead. There's the OVAs.
Watch me find like something that's fucking awesome in here that I love.
Revolutionary Girl. This is what they've become.
Zettai Shonen looks kind of familiar. Genshiken is something I've heard about. Izetta the Last Witch. That sounds really familiar too.
The only thing that was really familiar, other than the Animaniacs Tiny Toon Adventures, was like Hamtaro series, but
Genshiken. Oh, Genshiken is like the fucking. Wait, did I read this?
I don't know. Did you?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember. This is getting to be boring. How do I go back?
Wait, the arrow. It's like
this is very bad podcast material. Yeah, I don't really know. I'm not really familiar with this. Any other stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, I have no idea. It looks kind of shitty.
Genshiken, I think, is like about a anime otaku group, and they have like a girl in it.
Okay.
I don't remember if like I read it. I read some series. No, I don't mind. Oh, there is one thing I wanted to mention before we one thing.
You wrap up this episode, actual like anime discussion.
Yeah, I would like to bring the viewers' attention. I'd like to recommend something. If you see the elf girl and you're like, wow, that's a thick elf girl, don't watch this show. Go read the thick elf manga. There's I just really just wanted to talk to Sam about this. I've read a few chapters of this manga, and the premise is that elves exist in our world, but they're like secret and they keep their own societies. Or maybe they don't exist, maybe they teleport over. But it's about an elf girl who comes to Japan, and the main character is a physician at a weight loss clinic. Mm-hmm. And this elf girl comes in and she's really fat. But she's not like fat as in like, she's not like morbidly obese, but she's like the fat, thick, like sexy fat.
She's probably fat and like elf.
Yeah, well that's the thing. Like
an elf minds.
I can't remember what the whole premise is that she came over here and loved French fries and fast food so much that she just ended up getting really fat. So she goes to him and he's like, all right, what's the deal? She's like, I can't return home until I get back to my normal weight. I don't know if it's like they're gonna make fun of her or if she can't fit through the portal or some bullshit. But so it is just kind of like sexy elf girl drawing, like, but she's really thick and she wears like sweatpants all the time, but they're like super skin tight. And so the first chapter, he puts her on a plan. He gives her these quote unquote like weight loss massages, which I challenge the validity of. I doubt that's a real thing. And in a month, she's back to normal. She goes back to her weight, and it's great. And then he's like, "All right, it was good knowing you. I'm so happy I got to meet an elf girl. I love elves." She's like, "Great, I'm gonna leave now." And then flash forward a few days, he goes to get fast food at McDonald's and looks over, and she's fat again, and she's still there, and she's shoveling French fries down her mouth. So the whole thing is she loves fast food too much, so she didn't go back to her elf world. And then that's what it is.
Interesting.
It isn't really. It gets really boring and repetitive after the first chapter, or the first 3 chapters. But I have to say that she's drawn very sexy.
I'm sure. So I guess then after that, do you say the cat girl, was she cute or not?
Cat girls, are they cute? I'm gonna say no. She felt really derivative.
She did have something very unique of having like a cat girl with a really thick tail.
That was the only thing.
She has a unique thing to her, but yeah, I don't know, Jim. You like Megamines, that you probably like the flat chest stuff, but
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I'm much more like the
Jesus.
I'm showing pictures, Sam is proud. I much more like Megamine's personality, and like her whole like complex is hilarious, that she's like obsessed with explosion magic to the point where she's not a useful mage at all because she's useless. She's just, whereas this character is definitely trying to go for that, like the DFC, the delicious flat chest, the very gross thing that Japanese people are obsessed with, and it just doesn't work. I just really. My huge dislike to this was just like the outfit design was just really bad, and like the stuff they try to make sexy was just not sexy too. The character design was not good.
Yeah,
and I really didn't enjoy it.
The stuff they tried to make sexy that was not sexy. Stuff that was like, stop showing me pictures of this, Jim.
This is actually hilarious. Apparently, something happens in the elf manga where he ends up putting a cone on her head like a dog, so she can't feed herself French fries. God. I'm gonna send that to Merv.
I'm sure he'll love that. But yeah, a lot I just don't like. I don't recommend it at all.
You don't think she's cute?
Nah.
No, she's gross.
Nah, there's been better.
There always will be.
Stop sending me this. Stop showing me shit. We're tucking in the middle, so like, you don't need to show me an asshole.
No, it's fine. Isn't it funny how her sweater says ogre?
No, just fucking stop looking at this. Put your phone down. You yell at me for looking at my phone, but I actually have information on my phone. You're just showing me pictures of fucking elf girl with a cone on her head, or weird like fucking art covers.
That's fucking funny. Alright, so we just never talk about this again. Never bring this show up to me. I hate it.
Unless I find a very interesting clip, you'll never hear from it again.
Alright, Sam. It's time to move on to coffee talk.
and you bubble iced tea.
I currently am drinking an iced green tea. No, iced white tea.
You gotta think of a better name for this.
What, coffee talk?
It changes like every fucking week.
What, the drink?
Yeah.
No, it has to be... Well, it should be root beer talk. Fuck, it's not coffee talk.
You change it every week.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that it originally is root beer talk.
Are you gonna have any better recommendation for a name for this segment?
I recommend you to take another sip of that iced white tea. It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I need something for my throat. I've been getting over sickness, so...
I don't know the medicinal effects of white tea, but...
I just need, like stay hydrated. Everything left on sick-wise, like, in my throat, so...
Staying hydrated is very important.
Yeah.
Yes. So...
Alright, then...
No, we're still going to talk about
I was like, how we move on to the next
So, yeah, what I've been drinking lately is these... I'll get white tea, and I'll brew it, and I'll make iced white tea, and I'll add some 0-calorie sweeteners in there, because you boys watching his weight. You boys trying to
count
lose
the calories. You gotta count the calories.
Gotta count the calories. I've been stagnating lately. It's fucking me up. I need to start losing weight again. But so
We'll get back on it.
yeah, I should be there.
It's me, Jim. Like I finally lost all this weight. Then I go see him at Taco Bell, like getting down like 3 different like crunch wraps.
I will become the thick elf. I will make her mine. Yes.
Probably that didn't be animated.
What, me getting
No,
fat at Taco Bell?
no, not that. No, maybe, but
You know, it's gonna be.
I bet like an actual like anime of like that, because that
elf.
seems like a really weird romance anime that would be there.
And yeah, who doesn't love fetishizing female characters? Definitely every anime loves it. So, well, no, honestly. So I have a what's the word? A revelation. I have discovered something that anything will be turned into a either movie or anime. Like, it is only a matter of time. Even more so if it is something that exists already. Well, if it is a property that exists, there will be a movie about it, probably in the next few years.
Well, now we have that craze where like, at least in here, where they make sequels to past movies, but they ignore the bad ones. Like Terminator's doing that.
Star Wars.
Star Wars kind
of.
That was kind of like, it was movie wise. Like RoboCop is doing that. The new RoboCop, maybe the Neil Blanc Cop or Black Cop, whatever his name is.
Blomkamp.
Yeah, he's
the terrible RoboCop movie that hasn't been made yet.
It's a sequel to the first one, and ignoring the second and third one. Even though I thought the second one was okay.
I've never seen it. I probably won't ever because I love the first one too much.
Third one's way too silly. It's ridiculous, that movie, but yeah. So we'll see how that.
It's going to be bad. Spoiler alert: it's going to be terrible because that guy has directed one good movie.
Do you remember that we're getting that Aelita Rocket Angel movie? Or Battle Angel?
Aelita Rocket Angel.
It's red alert still in my brain.
Yeah, I think about it occasionally.
I forget it, that the thing, and then I saw a picture like look at it, like her eyes, like it was weird, like, you know.
I'm really excited that they did that.
I know. I want to see it. Is James Cameron doing it, or he's producer?
He's only producing it.
Okay.
That's where it's gonna fail. Because for years James Cameron wanted to direct it.
He'd just rather do his Avatar sequel than everyone forgot about.
Who's that shitty director?
That really narrows it down.
That did Planet Terror.
Robert Rodriguez?
He's doing it.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
It's gonna be bad.
But, alright.
Yeah, no, James Cameron, like, really wanted to do it, but then he didn't. I don't know.
I wish he'd stop doing Avatar. He's wasted way too many years on Avatar.
Has it been 10 years yet?
2012, I think. Was it 2012?
No.
Or
was it like
earlier?
2008 or 9.
Was it?
Yes. I've been, like, anxiously anticipating the 10-year anniversary of Avatar because there still has not been a single
There's no way
sequel
it's
yet.
10 years.
It's gonna be next year.
2010, I'm going to guess. But I think...
Okay, Google. When did Avatar come out?
I want to say I was still in high school when it came out.
Avatar was released in the United States of America on December 18th, 2009.
It's going to be...
We're right in the middle between me.
What?
My second guess was 2010, and then you said 2008. We're getting there, though.
2009.
Wow. I think that's way too late.
We're definitely going to get the 10th anniversary before the second movie.
Interesting.
Which is insane, considering that there are supposedly four sequels planned.
I thought it was 3.
Last I heard, I thought there were 4.
I still don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I will believe it when I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is a little insane.
Yeah. So, I guess, should we move on to the
I was just thinking, we should probably move on.
Yeah, what was that? This show does not deserve this long, but we actually talked about it for a decent amount of time. But,
yeah.
So, I guess we'll try to keep it, keep it down to like 2 things that we've done. So, I guess you go first.
Shit. I wasn't even thinking about this.
You should be prepared.
I should have been prepared. Do you have anything?
Yeah, I beat Nier.
Okay, yeah, talk about that one.
Nier Automata.
What I've done.
Really liked it. I didn't, I don't know people who are obsessed with it, but I thought it was pretty good, pretty solid.
I really, really like Nier, but I have a lot of problems with it.
But yeah, I definitely thought the second half of the game is better than the first half. Other than the side missions in the first half really carried it.
Yes, I agree.
So, yeah, but I like the latter thing. I like A2.
Oh, yeah, we should do a spoiler cast for that sometime.
We could.
I would enjoy doing a spoiler cast.
Entire cast was fun. Yes. But yeah, I beat that. I'm trying to think if I actually watched... I didn't really watch anything when I was sick. I played a lot of video games when I was sick.
Yeah.
More so than anime. But, haven't really... That was pretty much it for me, because, I just need to get another game. I might go back and try, 100% Kingdom Hearts, but...
Good luck.
I'm thinking about it.
I've heard that is a bitch.
Yeah, a little bit, but... Go ahead. Yeah, you remember yet? Oh, we saw Ant-Man and the Wasp.
We did see Ant-Man and the Wasp. Did I talk about Kazunagotri last episode?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I remember you talked to Stent about that.
Fuck. So the only really things I've been watching, I was on like a huge like rampage for a bit where I was watching tons of anime and it was great and I was like, I fucking love anime. And then I watched
thought you were watching Rampage.
No, no. And then I watched Darling in the Franxx and I hated it. And then recently, I can talk about what I've been doing. I haven't really. There's a reason why I haven't been watching much. Mm-hmm. I recently got a drawing tablet and I've been drawing, which is really fun. And I'm very terrible at it. But Sam yesterday asked me to draw Megumin dabbing.
And you did?
And I did. And I liked it a lot. Yeah. And I enjoyed it. My pose
I'm
was
saying,
decent.
You'll have a booth at a convention in no time. As long as you're not trying to sell your novel there, you should be making plenty of bank.
Oh my gosh,
or draw stuff that's like that the general audience wants.
Isn't that what Fafnir tried to do in Dragon Maid?
Yeah,
he went to con and sold his novel. It was like a spell book, I think.
Yeah, that was like curses to set on your enemies. But yeah,
I love Dragon Maid.
Anything
I would love a season 2 of Dragon Maid.
I know a lot of people would. A lot of season 2s that people would like.
Yeah, so I started also watching Diaries of an MMO Junkie, which I briefly mentioned earlier, and I'm like kind of into it. Like I enjoy the premise. I know that apparently the creator of the show is a Holocaust denier.
Is he?
Which is really unfortunate.
He's a Japanese Holocaust denier. Wow.
So this actually kind of blew up, and it was really interesting. You should look into it. I think
he believes that nothing happened in Hiroshima or Nagasaki. That was just actors.
Yeah, they were crisis actors, Sam.
Crisis actors?
No, this is actually kind of interesting. So someone on Twitter dug up that he made, like, this is like over 5 years ago. He made all these statements, like, very like anti-Holocaust, like laughing at the idea the Holocaust happened, saying like, show me the evidence, show me the proof. And, like, all I have to do is like, have you been to Auschwitz?
Oh
There's
my god,
numerous proof. There is so much.
There are
physical
pictures. There are actual like recordings of survivors.
There is a museum within Auschwitz that has, I can't remember the name exactly, but it's like examples of physical evidence, or it's like physical evidence of blah blah blah, and it's like it's the room where there's like all the suitcases, and like there's all the child shoes, and like there's a pile of glasses because they would just like discard everything.
When you studied abroad, did you go to like Auschwitz?
I went to Auschwitz, and I also went to the one near Munich. Oh my god, I can't remember the name. Name a concentration camp that is in Auschwitz.
No, I'm not. That's not my field. World War II expertise.
Yeah, I feel terrible and I can't remember this name because how many other people have said they've been to concentration camps and I've been to 2. I'm gonna type in top 10 concentration camps.
Oh god, WatchMojo.com or BuzzFeed. 10 places you will believe at a concentration.
Oh my god, there actually is a fucking top 10 worst Nazi concentration camps.
I mean, but yeah, he can't believe the deniers. There's this weird thing about like random like authors, like the Ernie Kenshin guy, and
yeah, that's really unfortunate.
Stuff like that.
Dachau.
Okay,
I went to Dachau. That was the other one. I can't believe I forget the name of that place all the time.
Yeah, it's so funny he's a denier. And there's also that one time where like they're like Ronda Rousey retweeted a video like a conspiracy theory video about like Newtown and it said as the title of like the page.
Oh my god!
So people like get like they always remember that Ronda Rousey like skeptical about like that the whole
Newtown massacre.
Yeah, that actually did not happen.
Oh my god! So what I wanted to mention was
stop looking at the thick girl. Put down the phone.
Oh, I'm talking. You cut me off.
No, you're looking at.
What else was I gonna say? Fuck you. Maybe lose train of thought.
You were looking at the fucking thick elf girl.
And I was saying something. Yeah, what were we just talking about? So yeah. Speaking of him being a Holocaust denier, that kind of blew up on Twitter. Like I know Mother's Basement specifically was talking about it, and like, people were like defending him, which is weird. But so this one dude was coming to his defense, I guess, quote unquote, by saying like, this actually is not an uncommon sentiment in Japan, because if you think about, like, Japan is pretty disconnected from Europe, and the extermination of the Jews was a very Eurocentric thing. It was very much an issue within Europe alone.
Their whole thing is more so than the nuclear bomb.
Yeah, for them, but Japan also has, like, a really shady history with all, like, the horrible human experimentation and shit, and like of course like Nanking. I mean, this is a really like there are much better places to have this conversation than on a shitty anime podcast. But
maybe there's some people who just listen to this last part.
Yeah, right. There's like a little cliff notes like tune in to minute 54 of the Nyancast to hear
shit talk,
to hear about the Holocaust denying creator of Diaries of an MMO Junkie. This is like the problem with media nowadays, though. It's so easy to see a creator, and it's hard to not let the creator's own personal beliefs have sort of an impact on the work, or like influence the work in a way.
If you see, no matter what, like even like as you get busted for like certain things or celebrities, they're always gonna have people defending them.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, I do not think it is fair to defend him for being a Holocaust denier, but I definitely see where you could rationalize why he would be.
Yeah, you understand why he's that way.
Yeah, but it's not like an acceptable thing to allow.
No.
It's I think it's very hard in America to have these ideas and like to support these ideas, to let these ideas even have like a place, what's the word, like to have make these ideas have a platform at all. Mm-hmm. But in other countries, I could see how there's less activism for it. Like, I mean, in America, we have a whole anti-defamation league. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop talking about this. This is like this
is our anime podcast.
Yeah, this is a really like terrible platform to have this conversation on.
Yeah.
But that's the problem that I was bringing up. Like, I'm watching this cute anime. It's got like romance elements, kind of. I just started it.
It won't get that dark into like a Holocaust story. At least you know that now.
There's gonna be an episode where one of the main characters like burns a fucking menorah or something. Like whoa!
There isn't a Jew in anime yet. It's there.
When you mentioned that earlier, like you made a joke about that earlier. There's a Star of David in one of the spells, and I really was thinking like, has there been a Jewish character ever in an anime?
Does the Ghost Stories kid, the one kid who goes there like, no, I'm Jewish.
Oh my god, he might be the first, and it's
in the English dub.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. We got our answer.
Well, yeah. But so yeah, I mean, honestly, I kind of like the what is it, Diaries of I can't say the name; it's hard to say. MMO Junkie, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
It's just a little bland in some ways, and I don't know why people like it so much. So I might try and finish it, but
yeah. All right, I guess that's it then.
Yeah. I mean, I could really start talking about the Holocaust still. I've had a lot of first-hand experience.
Save it for the next shitty show we watch. You just become like just talking about like the
we're gonna do a little mini-sode about the Holocaust, and we're gonna I'll describe some of the personal accounts because I was joking about this, but I'm actually saying like I actually took a Holocaust course in college and I read a lot of first-hand accounts and stuff. But yeah, this is terrible.
Yeah, so we do the Tanya episode.
Yeah, we do Tanya the Evil, or
we do Helsing.
Yojo Senki is
or we do Helsing, because that's also Nazis are in that.
Yeah, we'll go on a massive tangent of the not only the ethics of the Nazis, but also the ways that they carried out their crimes
on this anime podcast.
Yes. Really good book I'd like to recommend on the subject for the reading segment of our podcast.
We have that now?
It's called Ordinary Men. It is a fantastic history book that goes into numerous Polish men who were sort of forced into the Nazi army. And specifically, they were extermination squads. So they had to go around to other Polish cities and were killing all of the Jews and such. Mm-hmm. Fascinating book. Really, really calls into question what you think about the evils.
Can't wait for the anime.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that anime adaptation of Ordinary Men.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Right. This is what getting a history degree is like, Sam. This is the height of you being able to utilize my history degree on
an anime podcast. About time.
Yeah.
So I guess then, where can they find us, Jim?
We're on iTunes under the Nyancast. We're on YouTube under the Nyancast. We also have a sister podcast called Joe Kakaka.
Did you made that a
No.
It's all one channel still, right?
We're still the Nyancast.
Okay, still one channel.
Yeah. Check out Joe Kakaka if you are into,
or any more cause you can add
just start slamming cause back there. You'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
If you keep up with JoJo, if you like reading JoJo, and keeping up with it, we do too. We love JoJo.
We do monthly or whenever they come out reviews of Part 8.
We try and get them out as soon as we can. Sometimes we're a little bit late, but
they're around the 18th. of every month, unless there's a hiatus.
Yeah, very true. So
and then we also have some spoiler cast as well as Rohan OVAs or one shots.
Yeah, we have
and we did the OVA too.
Mm-hmm.
So
and there's a new one coming out too, which
manga and animated, but we did the manga of the one being animated.
So it's almost like there's almost no reason to watch it because they just pretty much
the trailer showed everything that happens.
The art is really nice in it, though.
Art's awesome in those. And so that's... And we should have an episode for this month for the chapter.
Should be very soon. I mean, today is the 18th.
But, I mean, if we get it... If it comes out tomorrow, if we able to do it... we're recording this, then after you get done, we'll probably try to get that. But
yeah.
We'll see. It's whenever they allow us.
If it comes out tomorrow, that would be not bad. That would be good.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then that's it. That's everything they can find to see. Also, Nyancast on Twitter at Nyancast. You can follow me at GoKaikun. And that's pretty much it, right?
That is everything.
Alright. I guess stop showing me elf pictures. Alright. Thank you for listening.
I've been Jim.
I'm Sam.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Get those elves out of here.